Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome to RFF Picks. Today I have a 5-man correlated Counter-Strike bet for you this is going to be Friday, August the 2nd. Here are two of the 2-man correlated bets that I gave out. The top one was the video that I gave out a couple days ago. So we did end up cashing on that $100 to win $300. This cashed pretty easily. I believe one of the games went into overtime. Map 1. I'm not too sure because it was a couple days ago. But obviously we stomped this. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, the first map was just bloody, a ton of kills, and it pretty much completed very early. And then as you can see below, this is a play that I gave out so earlier this morning. I gave out this play, or last night, don't remember exactly. Oh, it says right here, sorry. Wednesday, I gave out, in the evening, I gave out this play, 5:36 Central, but I was watching this play, and we almost hit another 2x. We ended up winning 50, so it is what it is. It's a little bit frustrating, but at the end of the day, at least we pushed. This ended up looking very strong in map 1. Map 1, they were super close into going into overtime. It was 12-11, and then one of the teams ended up pulling it off 13-11. So if that game went to overtime, it's over. It's GG. We're going to hit this for sure, because then there are more games that are going to be played on this. And then even at the end of the game, so big, Tabson had the opportunity to keep this game in, or keep map 2 going on for big, and he was in a 1v1 opportunity, and he ended up getting killed, but he was super close to either getting a headshot or getting a kill. And if he got a kill, then they would have went into the next round, and maybe he would have hit his headshot. So it was just, and even going into map 2, he had already had 7 headshots, so he only needed 6. He pushed with 6, and once again, like 1v1, he ended the game and ended up pushing, and it was just, if he got that 1 kill, very likely that we would have hit this 2 for 2 also. So doing good on the 2-man plays. This is the first time that I've actually given out a 2-man play, and I know that a lot of you out there, I feel, prefer this. I try to stray away because the payouts aren't as great, but I probably will give them here and there when I can. The problem that I've been seeing recently is there's just not a lot of opportunities to get plays, right? Because we have the Olympics going on, baseball had its like all-star weekend, and football's not going on, or wasn't going on, and so it's just been a dead period in sports. So it's been very hard to even get a 5-man that I really liked, a 4 or 5-man. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna do a correlated 2-man play, and it seems to be doing pretty well, right? I mean, I talk about it all the time. The correlated plays are really strong. So I mean, getting these 2-mans, I don't hate it. I might add them in the future if I see fit, right? And I know y'all are liking these, so I might do it more, but we'll see. I think Counter-Strike, when it comes to these correlated 2-mans, are really the only sport that we can do this, because in League of Legends, a lot of the times we're pairing up teammates, and PrizePicks will not allow you to pair up teammates in a 2-man. So these opponents is super strong. So here's our Real Friends community. Me and Miles had started Real Friends in Football about 2.5 years ago. That channel initially was supposed to be a gambling channel. We were supposed to talk about football, NFL, week 1, week 2 spreads, player props, futures, and what I will say is we're starting to bring that now into RFF Picks, right? Football season's starting up again, and we started the subset channel RFF Picks after the Super Bowl, so pretty much like 5 months ago. And as you can see, we're at 1.8 thousand subscribers, and this is all just based off of sports that aren't football. We've been doing it not football, and now football's rolling around. And if you know, me and Miles are very autistic when it comes to football. We watched the entire preseason game today, and the Bears or I guess half of it, because it ended up getting canceled. But we watch a ton of football. We watch every single game. We watch the highlights. We're watching Thursday, Sunday, Monday. We're watching the full games when fit. Red zone rolls around, and then we go back and watch the highlights of every single game. So we are I feel very strong. I think we can be like a 60% win rate when it comes to football, because we're gonna try to do a little bit more of like a podcasty thing on here, talk about spreads, little stuff like that. As you can see, I've dabbled. I actually have a extra play that I'm giving out that I gave out already on the Winnable, that I will later on in the video. But we will be starting doing a ton of football on this RFF Picks channel now. Real Friends in Football, it's more of a generic channel. We realized that maybe only like 10% of the community is really into gambling. So it's like, hey, we're not going to force gambling on that channel, but we want to talk about it. So we started a subset channel, RFF Picks. So as you can see below, up 500 units over the past 3 years, 7% ROI, over 7,000 bets. Me and Miles talk about it all the time. This channel, if you're looking for a ton of money up front, that's not really what's going to happen here. You know, we are slow victories, right? We want to make the correct decision. We want to make, if that means that not gambling is part of it, then we're not going to gamble, right? But if we do see a lot of lines that we like, then we're going to put out a lot of bets. And so that's kind of been the problem over the past like month. Obviously, I have been giving out bets, but I haven't been giving out a ton because there just hasn't been a lot of sports. And with that all being said, we just haven't also won a lot either. But up 500 units over the past 3 years, 7,000 bets. Like I said, we're not like a get rich quick scheme, right? That's not what we are around here. We want to be profitable, but it will be like a slow upbringing, right? And so that's kind of what I wanted to show on the screenshot. This is like a screenshot basically of my last 3 years, and as you can see, at the end of the day, I'm kind of going in this direction, right? I'm doing an up arrow, slow and steady, and that's what we want to see. So here's our Winnable. What this is, it's an easy way to get our picks. We send them off via email or text, whatever you want. We have 811 subscribers. I think even more now. It keeps going up and up and up. So thank you all for subscribing. I would at a minimum be a subscriber on the free plan. The free plan, you're going to get the YouTube videos. Sometimes these YouTube videos, by the time I get out, the lines have shifted. So go sign up for the free plan. I post the play on Winnable before I come on here and make the video. So free plan, that's going to be any boosts that we get, you know, the protected plays, the tacos, all that kind of stuff. One free play a day, and then every other play is going to be on the MVP. Like I said, we're going to post a ton on the MVP when it comes to football. There's going to be so many games. Think of all the college football games there are throughout a weekend, right? College football, they might have like 50 plus games. So there's going to be so many lines that we can take advantage of. And then obviously, we're going to keep continuing esports as well, but I feel like there's going to be slips flying all over the place. Not just that, but we're going to have like spreads, player props, futures bets, all sorts of stuff that we're going to be posting on the MVP plan. Like I said, football is our bread and butter, right? If you want to sign up for that, type in code RFF for a free month, $0. So here is the extra play that I gave out on our Twitter, and I gave out on Winnable as well. So I feel like a lot of you are going to hate this, and that's what I talk about it all the time. I do a lot of villain gambling. I like to fade a lot of these like big name players, right? It's kind of the thought process, because a lot of the times these lines are going to be they're going to be what's the word I'm looking for? Too high, right? I don't know. Inflated. The lines are going to be inflated. I was going to be so mad just sitting here thinking about what word I was trying to use. But anyways, the lines are going to be inflated with these big name guys, right? I saw this play closer to 950 or like 925 on other sportsbooks. So getting it at 977, I actually ended up betting him on a different sportsbook where I got it at 1,000. So we're going to bet under 975.5. Feel free to bet it on, you know, DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever it is. But obviously, I know there's a lot of PrizePicks users on here, so I wanted to just show the PrizePicks season rushing yards. And so I put my thought process on here, right? John Harbaugh, he came out today it was on Twitter, but he gave it out in a video that he says that Justice Hill is a starting running back. So I think a lot of people out there think that Derrick Henry is going to be the bell cow running back. I don't think that's the case. I think we're going to see more of a committee running back situation on the Ravens. So I think Derrick Henry might get more like 12 carries a game. I think a lot of people out there think he's going to get more like 18. I think he's going to get more like 12. So this is also a fade in fantasy football. I'm not taking Derrick Henry in fantasy football. I think he's going in like the second round. Maybe if you were to get him in like the fourth, but I do not see him as a second round running back. So we're going to fade Derrick Henry. And then the other problem too, Justice Hill might be taking some of his carries, but also Lamar Jackson, right? Lamar Jackson, he's a he's a quarterback, but he could be a running back also. So I just think he's not going to get the workload that he did in Tennessee. Tennessee Titans over the past like 5-6 years, this guy was getting 20 plus carries a game, right? I just see him as like a 30-year-old guy. His workload is going to come down a lot. And I see him play more like 50% 50% of the snaps. And with that all being said, like he's not going to get, and this is more of a fantasy thing, but he's not going to get a lot of receiving yards either. So I just don't see a ton of upside with Derrick Henry. Maybe he's going to get a lot of rushing touchdowns, in the goal lines type situations. Sure, you hand it off to Derrick Henry. But when it comes to like actual rushing yards, I really, really like this bet going under. So let me know what y'all think. Like I said, we're fading on this one, but I posted this play and I looked at it and I was already going to do it, but then I saw the news from John Harbaugh today that said that he sees Justice Hill as a starting running back as well. So we're going to see a 1-2 punch with the Ravens. And then, like I said, you add in the fact that Lamar Jackson is jumping in as well, taking a lot of carries too. So really, really like this play. So I wanted to kind of explain that. Like I said, when it comes to football, I can talk a lot more high level when it comes to football. Obviously, I still like doing the other sports, but football is just one of those things that you're going to see very, very good bets coming from me and Miles, because we have a YouTube channel, and we have to put in a lot of effort into football. So that's going to be the play. Let me know what y'all think. Finally, here's going to be the play, 5-man play. So we're going to go Elvis Brenner under 3 takedowns. The reason why we like this a lot is DraftKings is showing its line at 2.5. So the ability, I talk about it all the time, the ability to get a line at 3 rather than 2.5 is extremely huge. Like, it only might seem minuscule, but 2.5 and 3 is massive. Think of it almost like as basketball, right? Think if we had a player getting 2.5 versus 3 points, that could be really big, because if he hits a 3-pointer, he goes over 2.5. But if he goes 3, then we still have that push area, right? So that's kind of the thought process with this one. So we're going to go under Perez on hits, runs, RBIs. We're going to go under on Brandon I'm not even going to try to say his last name. But anyways, same kind of thought process with here. I'm seeing his line more at 5.5 on other sportsbooks. So getting it at 6 is good. We have that push area. And then here, the Counter-Strike was pissing me off because right before I did the video, I was seeing all these good lines and they're getting removed. I had like 2 lines get removed, but finally, hopefully, this one is going to work out for y'all. Once again, you saw it in the earlier slip that I gave out in the previous video, and on Winnable, we're going to go over correlated bet. So we have FaZe going against Ninjas and Pajamas. What we want here, same situation as what we saw in the first slide, is we want a competitive back and forth match. These go best of 13 rounds. So if these go 13 to 10, 13 to 11, or even overtime, if one of the maps even goes into overtime, it's very likely that these guys are both going to hit over their totals, right? And the other thing too is sometimes they payout shift when it comes to kills, but headshots they don't. And headshots, the way those work, obviously it's going to be a headshot, right? But I feel most of the time, headshots and kills are still correlated. Like, if you are getting a lot of kills, it's very likely that you're going to get a lot of headshots, because it's inevitable, right? If you're going to shoot someone 30 times in Counter-Strike, you're probably going to get like 15 headshots. It's going to be around half, whatever. So we're going to go 13.5 over headshots, map 1 and 2, and over 8 headshots for Wrinkle. So this is going to be the play. Honestly, I know a lot of you out there like just doing the 2-man. So if you want to, go ahead and just take this in its own play, right? You can do whatever you want with this if you want to try to make a slip out of these 3 plays, whatever. But I know there are a lot of people out there, and you're gonna say, oh, this guy's more of a 2-man slip, whatever. But obviously the 2-man slips are a lot easier to hit. So if you want to just pair these guys up, put them in a play, go $100 to win $300 or whatever your unit is, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to do for these. But I know a lot of your unit sizes might be less, so maybe it's like 20 to 160, whatever it is. Put these guys in a duo, go over whatever you want. But these are going to be the 5 plays that I like and I'm showing you. So those are going to be the play. And best of luck. I will see y'all tomorrow and this weekend. Be posting plays, and let's get a dub.